All right, Portal Masters, prepare to taste victory!
So today's technology combined with the game industry is a pretty incredible thing. There are things that are coming out that I am wholly impressed with and I am very excited about, and then there are things that seem to abuse the system. And then we have this entire new genre of gaming called the Toys to Life genre. It's so cool to live in a day and age where I can take a toy, scan it, and have a digital counterpart appear in it that I can control and manipulate and have fun with and enjoy. And it almost sounded like I was describing a sex slave or something. So today's episode of the Quack was brought to you by the oddly enticing and weird usage of the Twilight Princess Wolf Link Amiibo. Whenever this thing got announced, I was immediately skeptical because I've been mentally trained, like methodically over the past year and a half whenever Amiibo launched, I have been trained to think, oh, well, I'm not going to see that. Oh, that's not going to get restocked. Oh, it's going to be sold for $40 online because scalpers are... So I don't really have that much of a tie to Wolf Link. I don't really care that much about it. I'll be getting it because, as far as I know, from what I've seen and what I've read, it is included in every single copy of Twilight Princess HD, except for the digital versions. But anyway, let's talk about the Amiibo usage now, because all that stuff is out of the way. The Twilight Princess HD is going to be getting a new dungeon called the Cave of Shadows. It's essentially like an arcadey style leaderboard mashup thing where you go through different rooms. That's what I've gathered through it, and then you just try to rack up points, beat your score, and then you can go back in. But what you can do is you can save the data to the Amiibo, so you can kind of have like your own personal leaderboard while you're playing it. But the big kicker is you can't even access this piece of content unless you unlock it with the Amiibo, the content that you already paid for in the fully retail priced remaster. When I first heard about this, I mean, I was raging, I was angry, I was like, Nintendo. I have one, but I'm still angry about this because I'm angry for the people who are getting this game digitally and are not going to be able to get that piece of content. Even though it's paid for. It is locked behind an Amiibo. It's hilarious because people are defending it because we have been trained. Nintendo has manipulated us into believing that, oh, if we mask locked content behind this cute little figurine, it's okay. This piece of content would function just fine without the NFC technology. And that's how I feel about pretty much all of these Toys to Life games. The use of the NFC tech is literally just a chip inside of the figure that you scan and it unlocks the content. So you're already paying all of this money for roughly a third of a game, and then you have to buy the rest of the toys. The companies have the audacity to keep charging the consumer ridiculous amounts of cash for this, and I don't understand how these keep selling. How do people keep buying this junk? As of late, we've seen Nintendo specifically get more and more aggressive with their content on the Amiibo that you have to unlock. Like with Splatoon, we had all the challenges that were locked behind content that should have been just in the game, or they at least should have been available to purchase like on the side. And that's how I feel about some of this content. If you could just buy this as like cheaper DLC for $5-6 online, it should just be, oh, you bought the physical figurine, hey, you get this piece of content for free. And there we go, everyone's happy. Except for the people sitting in their basement angry because they have 45 Amiibo that they can continuously unlock stuff with that they actually got to stay up until 3 a.m. to buy, and they can scout the rest of them online, and then they can act entitled towards everyone else because they have the content and they don't. If you understood that, good for you. I don't really have a problem with these games. It's just the aggressive marketing model that's catered towards kids to get their parents to buy these figures for them. And they're not doing it all at once. It's a slow burn kind of thing. Like they get you to buy the starter pack and then slowly they just start hitting you more and more with those text boxes and those dialogue boxes telling you, oh, you can't access this content because you have to have this figure with this special power or this thing with this power disc. It's a very annoying and aggressive model that just needs to go away. If the advertising didn't hound the children and the parents so much into just believing that this is how it should be, I wouldn't be as angry about this. And this really hurts the parents because parents don't want to look at their child and say, oh, Timmy, I can't get that for you because it's just too much money and I have principles for the game industry. No one's gonna say that to their kid because they want to give their kids everything that they could want, or at least everything they could afford. Now with LEGO Dimensions, Disney Infinity, Skylanders, something that needs to happen with these types of games, they need to have cheaper versions that come out. They need to have entirely digital or virtual versions that come out that are like 40 or 50 bucks that include everything. I would jump at the chance to buy a copy of LEGO Dimensions if I could get everything for like $100 with no figurines. Because that game has a wealthy amount of content that's available and a ton of stuff that's coming out, but I don't really want the figurines. Lord knows I don't need more plastic crap on my shelves. Do you know that the entirety of LEGO Dimensions cost $782.62? That's if you bought everything. That's what it would cost you. Now obviously I'm not saying that you have to buy that. If you buy the starter pack, you're gonna get about 10 hours worth of content, but it's $100. I would rather just wait, buy this thing used for like $20, go buy a bunch of Legos, because that's literally all the LEGO Dimensions figures are. They're just repackaged Legos stuck on a figurine, and I'd probably save quite a bit of money. You don't need NFC technology for these games to work. These games can function just fine on their own without that crap thrown in there. And I don't know why people aren't reaming Activision and Warner Brothers and Disney for this kind of stuff. Having content locked inside of the game that you already pay for is disgusting, and it is astonishing to me that we accept that kind of thing nowadays. That is okay to do. No! The only reason I have a relatively decent amount of these is because I buy them secondhand, used, or on sale for like $5. And I'm certainly not going to support them for locking content behind these things. That's not fair to the consumer. I understand that creating your own types of games and building your experience is kind of all the rage right now. It's in entertainment all around us, in media all around us. It is absurdly out of hand at this point. Not everyone's gonna have secondhand retailer stores like I do that sell this stuff for dirt cheap, because some of these level packs are not worth any more than $4 or $5. There's no way I'm gonna pay $30 to play as friggin' Doctor Who. Not even Scooby and Marty McFly are gonna make me spring for LEGO Dimensions. It's just, oh, it is absurd how they think that this stuff is worth that much. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna get back to my 100% completed DRM free physical copy of Earthbound. It's nice.